Hi, it's your friend Brain. Before we start today's episode of Deck the Hallmark, this When Calls the Heart episode, wanted to remind you that if you're watching this on Philo, thank you for doing so. Would you do us a favor and just tell everybody that you know that you're watching it on Philo? That'd be fantastic. Tell them how amazing Philo is and that you can watch Deck the Hallmark on it. They won't be disappointed. And if you are not watching us on Philo, if you're listening to the podcast right now, hello. Good day. Would you consider giving Philo a shot? Philo.tv/DTH. I think you're going to enjoy it. Plus, you can watch this episode of Deck the Hallmark covering When Calls the Hearts right now. So head to Philo.tv/DTH. Without further ado, let's get to some When Calls the Heart. Hey, it's me. It's Bran. I love When Calls the Heart.
Hi, it's me, Jax, and I like When Calls the Heart.
Hey, it's me, Dan, and I despise When Calls the Heart, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's February. Hello.
It's
Deck
the
the
day
Hallmark.
before Valentine's Day or close to it. Calendars are confusing sometimes.
Yeah, are you guys doing anything fun for your honeys?
It is February 9th, so next
Okay.
week.
So you better
Next
be
week will
planning
be
already.
next week will be 2 days after Valentine's.
That's right. I'm doing something very romantic on Valentine's Day. I'm coaching a basketball game.
Didn't you do that for New Year's Eve
Yeah,
as well?
February. Like we're getting serious now. This is
Yeah.
like we're about to be region tournament and state tournament. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll let you know in a
That's
couple
how
weeks.
the-
Let me know. You let me know how it goes.
That's how the Orlando Magic season is going as well. So.
That's right. Yeah, very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
And wins and etc.
I love the faith that y'all have.
I will say this. I treat every day like Valentine's Day.
You're
so.
going to get more wins.
Yes,
My high
you
school
do.
team are the Magic this year. Now,
The
keep
Magic.
in mind, we play 28 games, and you guys play 82.
Yeah, you know I said that we'll get over at 28. That was the over-under, and I
27,
I
right?
said we'll get way over.
Okay. And you've already done it.
Absolutely.
All right, great.
We've already done it.
Already done it.
Job done. Mission
Job
accomplished.
well done.
Oh gosh, guys. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about When Calls the Heart today.
I think we all
Some
are.
days you get out of bed and you're like, oh, life's hard. And other days you wake up and you go, When Calls the Heart? And the latter is true of me today. Mm-hmm. So
Little pep in your step, huh?
little
Pep in
pep,
your
a little
step.
pep in my
Yeah.
step. Speaking of pep in my step, Rig, are you getting rejuvenated on your?
Oh, this sabbatical is treating me right, Brad.
How's the-
Right. I discovered something.
What?
Mineral water.
Mineral water.
Mineral water. It's
Okay.
a game changer. My skin has never looked brighter.
Okay, great.
It's really been done a doozy on my gout as well.
Do you think it has anything also to do with you're not drinking the vile drinks at Fitzy's every
Well,
night?
I've been trying to get the bartenders down here on board with some of the Fitzy's drinks. It's not going great,
Right.
but I'm doing my best.
Jax, you went to Fitzy's for the first time last time you were here.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was intense, in a word.
What'd you get?
Yeah. Well, I'm not drinking alcohol right
Okay.
now.
Sure.
I'm cleaning out. It's dry January carried over into dry February.
Well, then that's the right time to go to
To
Fitzy's.
go
Yeah,
to Fitzy's.
yeah.
What did they have to serve you?
Yeah.
No, but it was good. I had like a seltzer water with some bitters splashed in it.
Yeah.
And some lemon and lime. It was really good.
I
The
and they,
bitters are old ashes from cigarettes.
Oh,
Did
I
you
thought
know
it
that?
did had like a hint
I
of
didn't mean.
mezcal.
Did I say that out loud? Am I
Yeah.
on right now?
You're
Trace? I'm sorry.
You're on. And boy, are you on. I miss you, bud.
Yeah, you like my tan, Trace?
I love your tan.
Trace has a video monitor. She
Yes.
gets to see me too.
I always 24/7,
My-
365.
My Gene Shalit mustache pops. when
Oh,
I
it
got a
pops,
tan.
baby.
This is the first time I'm picking up on the romantic tension between you two. Is that a new bit or?
What do you mean bits? We don't do bits. We're
What?
people.
Yeah.
We've got souls and pulses, gout. We got it all.
Your gout's flared up.
Well, not with this mineral water, Trace.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the good stuff.
Can you send me back some?
I'll do my best. I'll ship it. It's tough. The minerals are heavy.
Can you ship something else in your box?
Yep.
Pants.
Ah,
Goodbye.
that's what you do.
Love
Good
ya.
one. Love you.
Mean it. I don't know what they're.
I don't
know.
know. Because occasionally they'll flirt back and forth,
Yeah.
and sometimes they don't like each other.
It's heating up for
It's an on
Valentine's Day,
again.
you guys.
It's more complicated than
Month of
Elizabeth
love.
Nathan.
Oh, I
think.
tell you what.
Yeah.
Guys, let's talk about When Calls the Heart Season 9, Episode 4. This episode is called...
Zingo's Wild.
Okay.
Bingo bongo.
Oh, it's Straight from the Heart. I can't believe
we're
it
back
hasn't
to the
been...
hard titles.
Can't believe it hasn't been taken yet. Straight from the Heart.
No.
Originally aired on March 27th, 2022. While some people were watching March Madness, others, When Calls the Heart, Season 9, Episode 4, Straight from the Heart. And it went a little something like this. May is taking a look at the headlines from the latest Valley Voice about the hit and run suspect still being at large. And she's just like, if only we could catch him. Lucas finds out that Elizabeth doesn't have a sitter for baby Jack today. Everyone is sick or in quarantine. I don't know. It could be anything. So he goes over and offers to hang out with little Jack for the day. Joseph is feeling a little overwhelmed with the lumber job and the pastoring and everything else that he's doing. He's thinking about asking for a raise or a piece of the company. May and Nathan spend time with the horse and with each other.
Newt, what is his name?
Newt, yes, Newt, thank you. The kids start asking Elizabeth if she's going to marry Lucas, and she's like, pipe down, get inside! Landis comes by, and Elizabeth tells him that, good news, I got credentialed to teach visually impaired students in the town of Hamilton. And he says, good for you, don't care about credentials outside of the district.
Ooh.
See you later. Oh, those hits just keep coming from the public school people trying to keep you in line. Lucas is worried about little Jack because he's a little fussy. And Rosemary's like, I'm sure he's just missing his mom. Landis goes to hang out in the classroom to watch Elizabeth teach all day. Sure, it's going to go great.
I thought you said Atlantis, and I was like, who?
Morissette. That'd be ironic.
Nicely done.
Lucas goes to take little Jack to see Faith, and Faith is like, just give him ice. She's a doctor now. Lee interviews Frickham for the paper, and Lee doesn't like any of the plans that he has. It doesn't feel like he has any plans. And Lee is like, I just don't think he's the right man for the job. And Rosemary's like, Lee. Nathan asks May to dinner to thank her, and she's like, no need to thank me, but yes. Let's go to the saloon. Elizabeth and Landis get into quite the argument outside, and while they're outside, the kids glue his hat to the table. He pulls it off, and he's like, not a finger! And he leaves very angry. May goes to meet with Bill, hires him as her attorney, which I didn't know he was in any sort, and says that she's a fugitive on the run, I guess, from her husband. No more info. Elizabeth gets home to see Lucas reading a book to baby Jack, and she's like, yummy, yummy, what a man. Lucas goes to get her some dinner, and Weeble says that he wants to talk. So they walk and they talk, but we're not privy to the conversation. May gets to dinner at the saloon with Nathan, and Bill looks on with a judgy face, which I don't know if he's still a judge, but that's the face that he has because he knows that she's married. Lucas ends up falling asleep at Elizabeth, but is all above board. Everybody, don't you worry. When he leaves for the night, he gets ambushed and punched. The next day, he shows up, and Elizabeth sees his eye and is like, what happened? He's like, oh, no biggie. Hit by a door. Wink. Cooper admits to being the one who glued the hat, and that's classic Coop. Am I right, everybody? Bill finds out that someone in the last town that Weeble was at was shot. Bill thinks that he's responsible. When Weeble shows back up into town, Bill and Nathan search him to make sure he doesn't have any weapons. Weeble's like, you already took my gun. Then Lucas goes up to them and says, hey, I got your message last night. You better not go after Elizabeth or baby Jack. Later, Lucas and Jack meet up with Elizabeth for ice cream, and that's just all around good fun. Frickham tells Bill that he found a new office to move into, and good news, it's next door, so they're going to get to keep hanging out with each other. Joseph sees a car driving to town with a busted taillight. He wonders to himself, could that be the person who hit Nathan? So when the person gets out of the car, he says, hey, did you hit someone? And the guy starts running, so probably yes. Joseph catches him, bringing him to Nathan, and a group of people follow cheering, and they're going, yeah, we got him. The episode ends with Faith talking to Molly about how things are going with Carson, and then she goes into the infirmary and takes a call from Carson. And that, my friends, was When Calls the Heart, Season 9, Episode 4, Straight for the Heart. We did, everybody. We're going to go to the infirmary, and we'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark. Don't mind if I do. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark.
Still working on accents over here.
I was making some deals.
Oh, yeah?
So, no big deal.
That's how you make deals, is you say, don't mind
if I do. That's exactly right.
do.
It's legally binding. Speaking of which, let's get to our legally binding hot takes about this episode of television. Let's go to you first, Jack. Shex, what did you think about this episode, Season 9, Episode 4?
Well, I think you said it best. Yummy, yummy, what a man.
Yummy, yummy, what a man.
I am loving seeing Lucas in this sort of fun
Daddy
role.
Lucas.
Daddy Lucas. I should get a T-shirt with that on. I'm loving seeing him have fun with little Jack. It's adorable. I think that also you get to see another reason why Elizabeth picked the right man. Sorry, Team Nathan McGarry's. And at the end when he's falling asleep on the couch, and it's so sweet, and I just want them to smooch.
Smoochy, smoochy.
Also, for my McGarry's out there, seeing Nathan with Mesu and Newton, and seeing that maybe everyone ended up with the right person despite what we all thought. So I'm hopeful that that's the case.
God is good.
All the time.
Yeah, I thought that this episode was the thing that worries me about this, and they do this sometimes with When Calls the Heart, where they have like a mystery going on, and you're like, Lucas is probably up to no good here, or like something bad's going to happen. And then at the end of the season, it's like everything is okay. And that's my fear here, and maybe that's a valley, but I'm worried about what this storyline between Lucas and Weeble Wobble is actually going to turn out to be, because, yeah, we're getting some action here. We're getting him jumped and punched in the eye, but like, could it all just be a misunderstanding? Is it all just going to work out in the end? Well, I guess we'll find out. So I'm a little bit worried, and this episode maybe just felt a little bit on the little slower side for me. But let's just keep it going. Keep the good vibes. Dan?
Yeah, it's just brutal. I don't like...
Brutal out there.
It's
Olivia
tough.
Rodrigo.
It's hard. Most seasons before this one, I feel like I get an idea of what the overarching plot line is, but I don't have that feeling right now. Like, there's nothing here that feels like it's the main drive of the season.
Weeble Wobble.
I guess, but of course, Lucas getting to, roll the kid around in a wagon is adorable. I don't like. It just is not good, guys. It's not good, and it just seems kind of aimless and just kind of like they've got a giant board, like a giant table of all the possible Punnett Square combinations of characters, and they're just kind of wildly throwing darts and putting people together and having them have scenes together, and there's no rhyme or reason to it, and it's really, really bad. Like, it's just, there's no... I feel like Tinker needs a driving force. The love triangle allowed Tinker to have some grounding and to swing big.
You think Tinker's not tanking as much?
I don't think Tinker's tanking. He's tanking right now.
Oh, Tinker's got a tank.
And I don't feel like there's anything that's anchoring my ability to care.
It's a classic sophomore slump.
Sophomore slump for Tink. He's not back for 10?
Tink is not back for 10.
Okay, Tink's out for 10.
Are they bringing in someone brand new or someone who's done it before?
I think they're bringing in someone brand new.
Michael Mahoney?
I'm sorry.
Is it Michael Mahoney?
Is it Mike? Just yes or no?
No.
Mike? Okay.
No, it is. It is not.
I've been rallying the troops for Michael Mahoney, but
no, I'm sorry that didn't work out for you, Bran.
Oh. I got you, Mike.
The new showrunner
Michael Mahoney
is not Michael Mahoney. It is Lindsay Sturman.
There's no God.
Who is a showrunner for Supergirl.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Andrea Brooks was on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we'll see some more Faith.
So in a sense, Andrea Brooks is show running.
That is not how that works.
Yeah.
Well-
Oh, is that not? Wait, hold on. Brand and I are confused. Is that
Lindsey
not how
Sterling
it works?
has a lot of experience.
Isn't Lindsey Sterling the violin player that plays all the Christmas bops?
Sturman.
Sturman. Stop trying to make it
But I
about
think you're right.
Christmas brand.
My
She was
gosh.
a producer on Teen Wolf.
Oh, the MTV classic.
Supergirl, Battle Creek, which is actually a Vince Gilligan of Breaking Bad fame show. So yeah, she's been writing and producing for a while. So
Let's
good
see
for
what
her.
happens.
Doing the thing.
Rizzoli and Isles.
Yeah.
For a season. I mean, she's been all over the map.
That's Lizzo and those.
Oh, who was it that Patrick made? It was a
I don't remember.
better
It was
duo.
That was a year ago.
Lizzo
so.
and Isles.
Lizzo
Yeah, that was a
and
long
Isles.
time ago. For you to remember that is
I'd
impressive.
watch that.
Right?
My hands let's get to the feels part of the show. We're talking about what this episode gave us feels. Jackson, any feels?
I mean, I talked about it a little in the hot take, but I do think when Elizabeth says that she feels more for Lucas than she realized, it's nice to see her opening up her heart in a very real way. And I think some of the criticisms of the previous season when people didn't feel like she belonged with Lucas is that it was very surface level grand gestures and that it was all lust. And now we're seeing that it's a
Ooh.
little deeper than
Not lust.
On When Calls the Heart?
Well, I mean,
It's unbelievable.
that's not what lust looks like to me, but I can see how it would look like that to some.
Someone who hates the character.
Yeah.
We know what lust looks like to you when he's wearing a red jacket.
Well, moving on.
It's like, no comment.
I gotta say, I just had like I enjoy being a dad, and so I liked when McNally was pulling the wagon. He seemed like he was having a fun time with the kid, and it made me happy. Sometimes you see people hanging out with kids like on TV shows, and it's like they clearly are not like they don't like kids. But I could tell. I think McNally likes kids,
And he became a dad shortly after that.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So that's great. I'm
okay.
sure he's a great dad. So that made me happy.
Of course, I'm going to take the photo negative approach here. I enjoy being a dad clearly more than Elizabeth enjoys being a mom. She
I mean, that's
is
true.
just. This show is just the last 4 seasons are just an arc of her trying to figure out ways to not parent. She's just
there.
handing her kids off to everybody, and they're all having a ball with them. I don't have any other feels aside from that one.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the way what's here on Deck the Hallmark. I like that. Let's print that.
Yeah, I would like print it.
Oh, sorry guys. Hey,
You
sorry, I
heard him.
was Still making.
Are we good? We live.
We were still
I'm
making
sorry.
deals.
Live,
We were
yeah.
making deals.
McNally's not doing it. Print it.
Chris McNally's here.
No, Luke McNally. It's like you don't even know your own employees for our other side job. Print it.
I can't believe we hired someone named Luke McNally, which is Chris McNally, and Luke, which is short for Lucas, as one person.
But we hired Luke McNally years
ago.
So that's just coincidence.
That's a coincidence.
And you're just now thinking of this?
Yes.
We had a whole conversation with Mac the other day about it.
Yeah.
We call him Mac.
We call him back.
Mac, print it.
Mac
for
and
the
me.
love of God.
Call him Mac and me. Yeah. That's really awesome though. Well, Nathan Majeri
You're
is
trying to-
Nathan
Majeri?
Majeri is coming in later, so that's gonna be really great.
Nathan Majeri.
Which also is very similar, but
The whole Majeri family is a riot.
hey Mac, I love you, bud.
Dude, he just flicked you off on the way out the door. I mean, it's his day off. You brought him in and then just said print it. It's
Did not
unbelievable.
bring him in. You brought him in.
You brought him in.
We're gonna do this all day, but you brought him in.
No.
Just because you made me call.
I didn't bring
you made
him
me
in.
call.
You said we need to print it. Should we bring Mac in? And I said, it's his day off.
This is not
You're
what
like, should we
happened.
call him? And I said, maybe
I'm
we
with
should.
Fred on this. It's not what happened.
Do you guys not know how to operate the printer?
Well, it's not
No,
that
no,
kind.
no, it's a full Gutenberg.
Oh, I'm so sorry, silly me. I don't understand how it works behind the scenes.
The Hallmark zine that I talked about a few weeks ago is coming to fruition.
Yeah, I know. I've been writing the advice column. I just didn't know how it got printed.
You're Jackie.
Yeah.
Mac and me mainly, but
Yeah.
let's start with you, Jax, for the wait what. Anything in this episode?
Yeah, I am curious how there was enough time and enough glue to really
Yes.
stick that
Yes.
hat to the table.
That's like some Gorilla Glue. That's like some.
Truly.
Maybe they
next
combined
level,
all of
glues.
all the heaviest.
Hey, let me
glues.
ask you this question.
Yes.
Since you weren't on the Campfire Christmas episode with us, you were.
I
You
wasn't,
were.
but I listened.
Oh, she-
yes,
yeah, she
and then
listened.
I was watching the live with Bran and Anna.
Okay. So
Back
if you
in July.
combine,
And back in July,
I just had-
I watch it
yeah,
regularly
yeah.
though because I'm just a
yeah,
fan
it's
of
a
you
big.
guys.
You're a big fan of that episode. If you combined all the strongest glues, would it make the glue stronger?
I mean, that's a question for the ages. I feel
That is a
like
question for the
that instead of it combining being stronger together, which I believe that we are as people when we come
I see what
together,
you-
just
yep,
so everyone
yep,
knows,
yep.
I think that probably the glue that is actually the strongest would just do the job the best. So stick with that glue rather than
Yes.
combining all the strongest.
Yeah. Thank you. That's
You're
all I needed.
welcome.
A year later, some validation. Thank you.
But that's not a critique of Campfire Christmas, which was my favorite
Yeah.
Christmas in July movie.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, the choices were. So.
I liked them all though.
It's hard
Love
to
you.
even remember after we saw another 40 plus during the holiday season. It's hard. to
Yeah.
remember
They
really.
picked
Yeah.
those three out, but yeah, they're
Plus all
memorable.
the deck the Netflix,
Oh yeah,
A lot
You
of Christmas
know.
it's crazy. Lifetime, all of it. Oof.
Lifetime.
Any more?
Oh, no. I just want answers.
I didn't have much for this episode.
The infirmary didn't have a phone
Yeah,
up
that's
until
the big
now.
one. That's the big one.
They're installing a phone in the infirmary. Like that
they don't
seems.
install it, but they keep saying people keep coming in and going, "Oh, having a phone is nice."
we see at the very beginning the installation. And
Oh,
like,
wow.
And then like
So they were installing
Yeah, Faith
it.
was like it's ready.
They had one though. They've had one before now.
I don't know. Not according to this episode. Either way, it's problematic. It's either problematic that they had one and they just decided to let's do it again and that'll be a storyline. But it's also problematic if they didn't because that should have been the
Yeah.
first place to get a phone when they came in quite a few seasons
Also,
ago.
I think what's interesting is why is this a plot line now? When say when Fiona came to town and she was working for the phone company, that would have made sense to have it be a push of we're getting phones
season
everywhere.
6?
There were a
Yeah.
lot of phone storylines that season, so
Yeah.
it felt weird to bring them back, and it
Yeah,
felt
we're
weird
bringing
to
them
go
back now.
with the one place that absolutely should definitely have a
Have
phone.
a phone. The hospital.
Yes.
What amounts to be the hospital.
Dan,
I had phone. I had glue, and the only other one I had is we decide that Nathan has been in this shoulder sling long enough. Middle of the episode, he's in the sling, and then one scene he's just not anymore.
they at least do talk about it.
Yeah, but there is no it feels like it's just gone. It's just mid. It's almost like they filmed the scene and forgot it. And they were like, we'll just keep it in, and he's done with it.
Well, he does talk. So he took it off too early. And there's a conversation, he decided to take it off
they
for the
talk
date.
about it.
Yep. He decides to
Yeah.
take it off for the date, and she says, I bet Faith that you were going to take it off early. So I win.
Okay, that's
So they do
never
a funny
mind.
ha-ha.
Then my only two are your two. There
Great.
you go.
We did everybody. Hopes and valleys. Whew, pump the brakes.
We
Whoa, the most
didn't
important
do it.
segment.
We're
We all
just
love this
also
one.
happy to be out of this one. We're like, okay, yeah.
Anything give any hope? Maybe bum you out?
Yeah, I love the accountability that Cooper took. Coop.
Coop.
For gluing the hat to the desk.
Coop's got a
And
hoop.
I really just think he's so darling
very
and
cute.
adorable, and I just want to see him do more things. So that's giving me hope. I think he's a sweet kid.
I enjoy every time Coop's on screen.
He's just so funny and adorable.
Coop's cute.
Yep. Coop's cute.
Yeah.
Nothing is particularly bumming me out, but I do hope that we're done with random things like this phone plot line. Things that are recycled, I don't think we need any more of that.
But if you had to rank this season, 8 is more entertaining than this, right?
Easy.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say 8's more
okay.
entertaining. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My valley, I think, is what I mentioned earlier about how this is all gonna just turn out fine. Probably Weeble Wobble's gonna be a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm terrified that we're doing this whole thing that's all gonna be nothing. It would be nice to have a real villain again, and I'm just worried that we're not gonna have a villain again. So that's kind of where
So you
I'm
just
at.
want terror to reign on Hope Valley
No,
and its people?
but villain
Actually,
having an antagonist makes almost every story better, right?
Do you actually think conflict makes the story interesting?
Conflict is
No,
not.
that's no.
Wait a minute.
I love that you thought
I'm
that
just
I actually asked that in
I'm
earnest.
like, what just happened? I know. I'm just neck deep in bad television over here. I'm sorry, Jax.
No, it's okay.
It was great sarcasm.
You've been
That's
through
on
a
me.
lot. You've been through
I've
a
been
lot.
through the
that
ringer.
it's-
Yes, for sure.
Dan, any hope, any valley?
No, I'm definitely hopeless, and it's all valley. It's all valley. Just feels flat. You can't see the mountain on either side. It just feels like
Would you
It's
say
just
that
Nebraska.
you're in Hope Valley?
I'm in
Probably more Coal Valley.
Coal Valley.
Valley.
Definitely in Coal Valley. Yeah.
I can't believe the town was originally called Coal Valley.
Yeah.
That's a dark place.
What was it? The first season it was,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they changed at the beginning of the second or in the first. I don't know.
Smart.
Danny boy, do you got any what's called my heart?
Never again.
Well,
That's
we'll
my,
see.
That's my valley. What's going on?
We have what's calling my heart.
We do. It's from Beth Ann
Matt,
Smith.
get out.
Did you print it? Did you print it? God, why do we keep them around? So Beth Ann emailed us.
He let a stink bug in.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
Hey, Bran, Jackson, Dan. What's calling my heart is a message from my dead grandfather.
Oh my.
All right. It's no forgive me, Pa, but it's special to my family. Shortly after my grandmother died in 1989, my mom picked up the phone book that he kept on his desk and found a piece of paper inside.
Oh, my gosh.
In his handwriting, she read the words, "Today invest in someone else's happiness."
Is this a Nikki DeLoach movie?
There are 12 envelopes. Open one each day before Christmas to find the real meaning. No. He was a positive, encouraging man, so this summed up his life beautifully. My mom has had this note on her fridge ever since as a reminder of the life those of us who loved him want to live. I made magnetic copies for my brother and I to put on our own fridges, and I have an enlarged frame copy of it hanging near my door to see every time I walk into my house. Thank you so much, DTH family, for investing in my happiness with the hilarity and laughter and love from your favorite co-host and heckler, Beth Ann Smith.
Very sweet.
Okay, you
Man,
guys,
come on.
these what's calling my hearts are my all the feels.
And
Like
this
I
is-
cannot. You guys are the best.
There's a picture of the actual note.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys, look at it,
Jax
guys.
is
I
crying.
can't. I can't.
We are the best. It's the best family.
Oh my goodness.
And
Today, internet's saltines, Harry.
yeah,
That's beautiful.
good.
I love that.
Good
That's
stuff.
beautiful, Beth.
Good
You
stuff.
guys.
Man, thank you, Beth Ann. Thank you, everyone that listens, and our double deckers especially. They're wonderful
Absolutely.
people. We say it every week because it's true. We did it.
We did it.
Today, internet saltines, Harry. We'll be back next time with another one. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.